Hello there. I know what you may be thinking. Why is this wrench with eyeballs talking to me? Well, I know this is very different from my usual content, but I wanted to make a video kind of like this for a while now, and today I have the perfect excuse. We're going to be talking about the importance of freedom of speech and pathways. So what is Pathways? Pathways is a video game funded and created by the UK government that explores the topic of online extremism and radicalization. Seems innocent enough, right? Remember when I was 10 years old, I watched a documentary on the History Channel about the American Nazi Party. And I was shocked by that. I couldn't believe that was a thing. So you know what, it's innocent enough, right? But under the surface, this game is telling children if you say or think the wrong things, you can go to jail over it. And I'm going to prove it. Funnily enough, the UK government has actually pulled the plug on this game. You can't play it anymore. But the day before they did that, I managed to play it and get some footage for this video. And fortunately for me, I also don't live in the UK, so the bloody coppers can't stop me. Before we go any further, we are going to be getting into some very heavy subject matter. So if you are a younger viewer watching this, go to bed. It is past your bedtime. Go to bed. Alright, right off the bat, I don't believe it was coded right. If you go through and pick all the wrong decisions, it plays this.
The teacher sat with them and talked openly and frankly about the ideology that Charlie had discovered. The teacher reassured that Charlie had made the right decisions. Charlie realised that if they had chosen to engage with these harmful ideas, the consequences would have been very different.
Clearly, this was not supposed to happen. But Freudian slip, maybe one of the developers was secretly based. The writing doesn't make a whole lot of sense either. There are two characters in particular I'm going to talk about. There's Amelia and a unnamed minority character. Amelia is portrayed as an extremist or a racist, whatever you want to call it, shown in this scene.
To make matters worse, somebody else got 80 out of 100, and the teacher said that this person has received a job offer. Charlie has applied to dozens of jobs, but hasn't had any luck yet. Somebody else in the class tells Charlie that this is proof that immigrants are coming to the UK and taking our jobs.
But, depending on the choices you make, she's friends with that minority character. That doesn't make any sense. Look at this scene.
Charlie was looking forward to talking about the video their friend made, but seeing their friend that morning didn't go as planned. When morning came, Charlie was ignored by their friend for ignoring her post the day before and not having strong enough beliefs to associate with them anymore.
Bad writing and bad programming aside, look at how many times they feel the need to remind you that certain viewpoints are heckin' illegal, bro.
It's important to remember that downloading or streaming certain content can lead to a terrorist offence conviction. Unfortunately, Charlie didn't realise that some of the groups they were engaging with online were actually illegal. The police saw they were part of a group and took their details. Charlie was frightened by this, not knowing if their parents would be informed.
What they are flat out saying is if you protest the wrong ideas or, get involved with the wrong group of people, you will be put in jail for it. That is what they're saying. There's no way to skirt around it. That's exactly what they're saying. Let me introduce you to the Public Order Act. Alright, I will be reading from the Wikipedia article. I will put it up on screen. It was originally passed in 1986, but they released an amendment in 2021. The government published the Police Crime Sentencing and Courts Bill, which would amend and strengthen the Public Order Act of 1986 in certain ways, including widening the restrictions police can place on protest and demonstrations, impose conditions on one-person protest, and define what is meant by protests causing serious disruption to wider communities. If any of you remember in recent memory the Canadian trucker protest, how they had shut down their bank accounts, confiscated fuel and heaters from protesters, people taking part in that protest. Remember even GoFundMe and some other platforms at the time, if you donated to them, they blocked it. They blocked any donations going towards that protest. To anyone who thought that the Canadian government was completely justified in what they did there, that was clearly overreach. If you think that's funny, wait until it gets done to you. Wait until your bank account gets shut down for protesting something. So I realized that I talked about a British law and then I immediately went and talked about Canada. Doesn't make a lot of sense. The point I'm trying to make is that this is a restriction of speech across the entire world. So it's not exclusive to one country. But the Public Order Act is, as it says, it gives them the authority to shut down really any protest they want to. Which is similar to what happened in Canada, which is why I brought up Canada. Now in the US we have the First Amendment, of course. For the most part, it just protects you from being punished or arrested for saying some certain things. There are some limitations, like for instance, calling for direct harm of someone. So like, shouting, "I'm gonna kill you," and threatening someone with a knife, that's not protected, obviously. There's also the fire in a crowded theater analogy that is often misunderstood. So it's okay to yell fire if there is an actual fire. What people get confused about it is, here's how the analogy works. If you yell fire in a crowded theater and there is no fire, it causes people to panic, run out, and trample each other. So therefore, by lying and saying there is a fire, you have caused other people to get hurt. Also, this is supposed to be a pregnant man. You cannot tell me otherwise. This is meant to be a pregnant man. Are there any Chinese viewers watching by chance? Did you know about the 1989 Tiananmen Square massacre, where the government, or I should say the Chinese military, but they're one and the same, gunned down students that were protesting the government? Oh, you don't know about that, because any mention of it is banned on Chinese social media, and you probably can't watch this video now. There is also what the Iranian government is doing right now to thousands of people. I don't have to kill you. In Nazi Germany, historically the brown shirts would go around beating up anyone they didn't like. Also, similarly in Venezuela recently, before, recent events, arguably it's still happening, but there would be people that would just go around and anyone who said something bad about the regime, they just beat them up. And don't even get me started on social credit. China, they have a social credit system. If you say the wrong things, or I don't even know what can affect your social credit score. If it goes low enough, you can't get on public transit. You can't really get a job. Good luck doing much of anything if your social credit's low enough. That's really what I want to end this video off with. Any sort of authoritarian regime has to control speech. That's always how it starts. The first thing they do is restrict what you can say and what you can think. If you read 1984, there was a concept of newspeak, where they created an entirely new language so that people wouldn't have the words to criticize INCSOC, which was the regime in that book. Are we to the point where we have newspeak yet? No, I'm just spitballing here. But it is very hypocritical of the UK government, and arguably many governments in Europe, to be criticizing Russia for cracking down on journalists or, doing things of the like, when you can look right back at them and they are doing the exact same thing. That's really all I had for today. I don't really have any solutions besides bring back punk in the UK, and not like Idols. I do like Idols. I do like a lot of British music. But bring back like the Sex Pistols and what is that other band we call it? Test Tube Babies, banned from the pubs. We need more of that. We need more of that, criticizing the government. Bring that back. Some advice for Charlie. You can't believe everything you see on social media. the majority of it is just, I don't know how to put it, garbage. It's made to make you angry and engage with that post. Social media is made in such a way where we see the most horrendous things on it every time we go on, and yet we come crawling right back. Okay, ending off for real this time. I broke one of my rules making this video. I have a no politics rule that I broke on this video. But that was because Pathways was so shocking to me, I had to speak out. Now, regular content will continue, eventually. I do want to branch out and making other types of videos, this being one of them. But, in the end, I am Turbotastic, and thank you for watching. Yeah, and one last thing. I don't plan on doing any, deep dives into any political issues. This is more of a surface level video, so.
Why are you showing me this? Ideals are peaceful. History is violent.